Good morning. Welcome to the weekly analysis for July 9th to the 14th. We have quite a few pairs to go through, so let's get started. First, we have AUDJPY with a weekly bearish order block. As we know that overall price is bullish. So the weekly bearish order block, we're going to mark up the order block here. All right. Price can, so price pushed up, pulled back, and then started breaking structure to the top side. Okay. So with that being said, there's an imbalance here that price may possibly come back to retest the break of this structure here. So this is a possible buy zone. If we fib the move up, that's approximately 50% zone or pullback to the 50% to continue up to the negative 27. Let's also go. We have an order block here, which is in alignment with the negative 27. And then you have the order block and the imbalance here. I'm just going to mark up both here. But so price is likely pulling back to the 50%, which is approximately, let's just say this imbalance, and it's also an order block, 261 pips for a continuation to up, and we just measure from the 50% to the -6 to the -27, which is approximately 800 pips. So price can pull back into this order block and continue selling to the downside. That's what I see for AUDJPY. AUDUSD has a weekly bullish order block. So we have equal highs here. Okay, we have equal highs here. Right. That wick pass there. Price pulled back into close this imbalance. Price pulled back to close this imbalance and started breaking structure to the top side. So we have a pullback to this imbalance for a possible continuation to the top side. Now, if we fib the move, okay, price pulled back to the 618. So this order block, I would say will possibly at least go to these equal highs. Since we're on the weekly, it is creating a key level here. You tapped here, it tapped here. It may come back up and tap again, or it may come tap and break through to the -27, which is the close of this imbalance. So for the week, go down to the daily. You have a daily order block. Now, the only issue I have with this buying up right now is that it did not break structure here yet. So price could push up and come back and fill this imbalance or tap into this order block before pushing back to the top side. So I would definitely be careful, or I would wait for a break of this swing high. This was the last swing high. Otherwise, this has been bearish, so I would look for another sell. Okay. So definitely just look for see if structure comes into the zone for a break of structure to the downside, or if it continues up, it may come tap into this order block, pull back, and continue to the upside. CAD JPY is a weekly. This week was this last week was bearish. This was the last push up before the pullback. It has not broken this low yet. So I would be expecting a continuation of a buy in this daily order block. And let me look to see what is. Okay, it wicked past that. It wicked past this order block here. Didn't break these highs though. So yeah, that's for me, it's still bullish. However, because it broke structure to the downside, it did not I would have been expecting, based off of price action, price to pull back to this level here, and it did not. So buy zone here. So price could once it breaks this low, definitely look for the pullback to sell down to. You can either sell it down to these lows or down to this key level here. Like price did not tap into any price action other than it did feel this imbalance here. um, pushed up, didn't break the high. So a possible sell to back down to here. But again, it has not broken any um, swing lows yet. So I would definitely check to see if price is either going to break, see if price is either going to break this low, pull back, and then sell down, or if price is going to just come into this order block and possibly break structure, push back, and then push back to the top. So with that being said, that would be my thoughts on CAD JPY. Chef JPY, it looks the same. This is the last swing low. So price could be, and it gave a bearish order block. Let's see what the monthly is looking like. Okay, so this is an all-time high, so there's nothing to the left to gauge what this is possibly doing. It gave a weekly bearish order block. We have imbalance here, but there's no wick there, so I'm guessing price is going to push down into this order block and possibly start buying back up, or same thing as CAD JPY, or breaking structure, pulling back, and then selling back down. Selling back down to these lows here. Because this is the last swing, the last big swing, or the major swing, macro swing. Google it. The macro swing or the major swing. So yeah, I would definitely wait for, let me take this out. So this week, sell zone. Okay. So let's go down to the daily. Maybe price will pull back into this wick here and continue selling down. If that's the case, we're looking at about maybe 245 pips before it decides whether it's going to continue breaking structure or pull back and continue buying up. All right. Your 30 was a weekly bearish order block. Your 30 has been bearish. When price broke this structure here, that was the last push up. When price broke structure here, your 30, pull back and sold to the negative 27. So and now we have a And it's of course, it's probably going to go to the negative 618, which is in alignment with filling of this imbalance. So if we're looking for another move, I personally would just let it play out. But if you want to do another move, you can do, that doesn't have a wick on it. So price could pull back to the 38, tap into this wick, or the 50% 618, or the 78. Let's go to the daily. So there's imbalance. It could pull back. There's imbalance here at the 78, 618. So price could pull back to one of these zones and then continue selling down to the negative 27. So I would definitely set your alerts for these areas, but also this is a key level here. So price just may pull back to this zone and continue selling down. So I would definitely set my alert at, which it has already tapped into, at least at the 38. Let's see what the 4 hours looking like. Violated order block here. So I would definitely set an alert here at 38. Price may just come fill this imbalance and then continue selling down. That is JER 30. For a year GBP, we have a weekly bearish order block. And from the looks of it, price was bearish. Right, price was bearish. Price broke structure. Price pulled back, tapped and cleared this imbalance, and then started selling down. Creating equal lows here. So price could come and retest the break, this break, or fill in this imbalance, but I'm gonna just put it here. Price could wick down and pull back. What did we say? We had a weekly bearish order block. So price could pull back into this order block here or this imbalance. And continue selling down to this zone here, this order block here, because this was an expansion move. This is the impulse move. This is a correction. and it could correct and continue buying up, or let's go to the weekly, the daily. So on the higher time frame, this is an impulse move. This was the pullback, so that's the low. And not only is it just the low, it formed a key level here. Okay. So even with this pullbacks and the pullbacks and the pullbacks, price is ultimately still bullish. So this could pull back to this zone here, as we stated, or it could pull back deeper into this key level, or it can break this key level. So let's see, price could come here and then continue up, or price can push here and continue up, or price could finally break the key level and sell down. That's Euro GBP. So the weekly is bearish. The daily is bearish. So it may not even pull back, but it's possible. It may tap into this zone right here, which was a fill of an imbalance, then pull back and then continue selling down. But you have approximately 78 pips or 200 pips for it to continue, to continue selling. Euro JPY, we have a weekly bearish order block. Let's go to the monthly. So Euro JPY, that's the imbalance here. And we have an imbalance and order block here. This was the order block that sponsored the break of structure here. So I would be expecting price to pull back into this zone here. Price is overall bullish. So we have a monthly order block here. Okay. We have a weekly zone here. So this was the last shot. The price could pull back to the 38 into this order block on the weekly. Pretty much a test of this break. So this was the impulse move. This was the impulse move, the correction, and the continuation. Which was an impulse move, this could pull back to come and retest this break that occurred here. Could pull back to 38, like we said, to this order block. It could pull back to the 50%. It could pull back to the 78. Maybe the 618. Feel this imbalance. Let's go to the daily. I would like to see it break this level of structure first. Go to the 4-hour. As this was the last push up, price can pull back. But as of right now, price can pull back into this imbalance to close this imbalance, or these levels of price action, which is this wick here. This was the order block that was violated, so it can come back here. So price can push back into this zone. So one of these zones here, and then continue selling down to, that was already tapped into. If it pulls back to one of these zones, I'll just start here. And then you can at least take it to these lows, up this low over here, for about 124 pips. And I would definitely watch it. It could possibly drop even more, or sell down even more again to the 50% 618. All right, GBP Chef was a weekly bullish order block. All right. Price has been very bearish. Overall, I think it's somewhat consolidating here. There may have been a little. This would be considered my swing high here. But with all this consolidation, that would be my last swing low. So let's consider, this is the order block here. Go to the daily. Pushed up, pull that. Use the wicks. Yeah. Let's see what the 4 hours doing. Yeah, it's just consolidating. So I would definitely, I mean, it is bullish. Um, it hasn't broken this swing low yet. So price is just between here and here. So I would definitely wait for, you have a bullish order block, you have a bullish order block, you have a bullish order block. So um, this is so wicky. These order blocks look weird. You have equal lows here, so I would be careful. So maybe you want to pull your, now let's go back to, I would just take it past these equal highs right here, these equal highs here, and take it up into the wicks of this order block right here. It's like 191 pips. The 9% trade. And of course, I did that on a weekly, so, or on a, I did that on a daily or 4 hour. I did it on a 4 hour. So of course this, and it's 20 pips. So it's possible to get that even smaller if you want, but there's still these equal high, this liquidity right here, these equal lows. So I would definitely keep the 20 pips. Below this zone. GBP JPY is a weekly bearish order block. Price is still overall bullish. Price tapped and cleared this imbalance. Price has not broken these lows yet. So with that being said, price could be pulling into this zone. You have this much of, price could be pulling into this zone to continue buying up. Or price is going to break the zone, give you a little mini head and shoulders, and continue selling to the downside. As of right now, price is bullish, so I would buy until I can't buy anymore. You got equal highs up here, and you have a weekly, this is the weekly imbalance, this is the monthly imbalance. So I would take a guess to say that price may push into these wicks right here, and it's actually has formed a key level where you have resistance turn support. I think it will probably come back, buy up into this monthly imbalance, and then start selling down. And we're talking from where price is now, 186 pips. Okay. GBP USD, we have a weekly bullish order block. So price has tapped into this imbalance here, but we have a order block here. Price is bullish. So I would be looking for price to pull back into this buy zone and continue buying up for about 235 pips. And not to sell down, but you can at least buy it up to 235 pips. Price could continue buying up. There's another order block here. This was an order block that sponsored this break of structure. So price could continue going up. So I wouldn't be looking for a sell here. I would just be looking for price to buy up to this zone. If I did my last swing move, that would be my negative 27. So the last swing move occurred. It pulled back to the almost the 50%. So I would be looking for it to continue buying to negative 27. So any pullback that happens here, you can take it to the negative 27. You can, once it gets there, you can trail your stop, because it could possibly go to the negative 61. Because even at the negative 61, it's still not breaking this swing high. So price can get up here and pull back and then continue buying some more. Okay. NZD Chef, we had a weekly bullish order block. You had these lows here, prices rejecting. Price came, tapped into this order block. Tapped into this order block, pulled back, didn't break the lows. Pushed up, pulled back, didn't break these lows. It's given bullish order block in an overall bearish market. Yep. So If you buy it up, you can buy it up to, it's already pulled back. This wick right here is, let me go down to a small time frame. Okay, so it did break this high, this minor high here, but not this high here. So it broke this minor high here, so it could pull back to clear one of these imbalances and then continue buying up. But I would say you can only buy it up to, there's a cleared imbalance here. You might even be able to buy it up to this order block. But this zone right here is a sell zone, because this is your last majors, or this is your last swing high. This broke structure here, pushed down. It pulled back, came back, didn't break the highs, didn't break these lows. So price, this would be the last swing high. So unless price, something breaks this low, this is the last swing high. Price can pull back into this zone here, which it became a key level at this point. So again, price could tap here and start selling back down, and could continue selling down if it wanted to. There is this huge wick here. On the smaller time frames, there's probably an order block or imbalance in there. So price could continue selling down. All right, NZD-USD. Price broke this high. So we have price has pulled back to the 50%. We have a bullish order block. However, price hasn't broken these highs yet. So price can pull into, I would need for price to break these highs here. And I'm just gonna put this right here. But I would need for it to break this trend line, break this high, maybe pull back and then continue buying up. Otherwise, it could tap into the wicks of this order block and continue selling down. Did break structure this way, but it has not broken structure to the top side. So this could be a buy up or a sell down. You can just go there, or it can tap into this order block and then sell down. And it puts us up 50 pips. Okay, so that's NZD USD, USD JPY. Did it tap it? We have price action here. This is the order block that sponsored this break of structure. So I would be expecting price to pull back up there. Price broke this, violated this order block. Oh, sorry, weekly. Weekly. Okay, so we have this here. And if you know how I mark up my order blocks, let me just do it the other way. Oops. Do it this way. Okay. So price could come back and let me just do that. Retest this area, retest this order block. Let's go down to the daily. So price could be pushing down into this zone here for a continuation. Or if price breaks these lows here, then we would be looking for sales. But as of now, USD JPY had a daily bearish day, 2 bearish days. It has filled that imbalance. Like I said, price could come back, tap one of these zones that I've marked, these lines that I marked up here. This would be the retest of the weekly breakout. So price could push back down to here. If we fib the move, this swing low to this high, price could pull back to almost the 78, the 618.78. And possibly continue, do a continuation. We have a weekly, did not tap into this imbalance here. I think it's going to keep buying up though. So this pullback to the -27 or the 618. So with that being said, the weekly bearish order block, you can, well, here's your, let me mark it up right. Look it up. Weekly bearish order block. I'm marking up the order block. It didn't even tap into this. So yeah, I think it's coming back up. This would be the sell zone. So we're looking for price to pull back into the zone. Once it gets to this zone, you'll look for breaks of structure to the downside to get in for a sell down to, let me just mark this from here to here. Okay. Down to the -27. So if price pulled back to the 50%, we're talking 241 pips. Let's go down to the daily and see where it possibly could pull back to. It could, yep, 50% would be my guess. It would probably tap come back, give me a wick, and drop somewhere. Started again top. Look at the 4 hour. So yes, so we have a swing high here, meaning we got to push down, we got to pull back, we got to push down, we got to pull back, and we got to push down. So even if price breaks, so maybe it'll just pull back to the 23.6 or the 38.2, or maybe it'll wick into the 50% and then drop some more. But I would definitely expect a pullback. I would set an alert at the 23.6. Watch price as it pulls up. Look for breaks of structure to the downside, and then get in for the sell to the negative 27. Okay. And of course, once it taps into the negative 27, you can trail your stop, because price could possibly continue to the negative 618 to fill this. This was the impulse move that broke this structure. So price could come there. Price could even come back down to this order block here, because this order block broke structure as well. So I would definitely take partials at the negative 27, or just continue watching and trailing your stop as it gets here. Set an alert and then start to watch it. Look at the charts then. Okay. Last but not least, we have a weekly bullish order block on gold. However, price is bearish. So this could just be because you have a break. This could just be a correction. Go down to the daily. Based on the daily. There's a rejection. So you have a weekly and a daily bullish order block. However, it's tapping into a bearish order block. So price can either break above here and then continue buying up, or let's go down and see if it's breaking structure. So this price pulled up, broke structure to the downside. So I think price is pulled up into here again to possibly continue selling down. I think it's going to sell. And when I say sell, I mean there is imbalance here. There is imbalance here. So price could sell back down to these zones here. If price is going to continue selling, once it broke these lows here. Definitely look for a pullback, and then you can sell it down to here. So that is all that I have for this week. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Happy